I think the most common thread throughout my work is joy. It's a practice for myself. You know, what can I focus on? What can I appreciate? You know, when you hear from people that say looking at your photos, you know, gives them joy, it makes them happy, to me that's the biggest compliment that I could ever get. Before I was doing photography, I was a musician. I went to a year and a half of college, dropped out, started a band with just one other guy, and then like really slowly we started writing some music and finding other people to be in the band, just like really carefully curating it. And it was good. The response was good. We had a lot of interest. And then the thing that kind of changed it for me was the touring aspect. After doing it for long enough, I just had this sadness because I knew that for me, touring was not going to be a sustainable practice. As I was realizing that, then the reality of what's my identity started, you know, coming into play. And that was pretty scary, honestly. I started taking these trips in between a tour. I drive my little truck out west or sleep in the front seat of it and just kind of hike around and take photos. And the goal was just to decompress from that. I think during that time when I was taking these trips and creating space for myself and kind of decompressing, I knew that I was starting the process of this sort of change. And I was interested in photography, but I never ever really thought that photography would be any sort of way for me. I just loved it severely and I couldn't not do it. When I was in Alaska, I met this old bear guide, and he told me his story about coming to Alaska for the first time. And he said he looked up at the stars and just kind of to anyone said, if there's a way for me to end up here, let it happen. He told me sometimes you have to jump without knowing where you're going to land. Often it's just the act of faith in yourself to make that jump that gets the ball rolling. You know, I felt like that road trip was that jump, and I feel like I'm, or hopefully becoming a better version of myself. And I think for people in general, when they kind of identify where they need to be and what they need to be, then we can all become better versions of ourselves. I think that's scary for a lot of people, but when you embrace it, I think that introduces a lot of serenity into your life and maybe helps you understand some more of the whys. Doing photography, I am I think a better version of myself. I'm more present and I'm more grateful. I'm more excited. And I just feel better.
Nice work.
To me, the goal is to just have this life experience that gives me time to be with the people I love in the places that I love. So I know for me, photography has turned into this lens of looking for joy. And, you know, a goal is to maybe send that message to other people as well. I've only been doing this for 6 years. I mean, people work 50 years at a craft, right? So right now I'm just trying to keep my head down and make the best things that I can make and be the best person that I can be, and anything else that is going to come is going to be an opportunity.